1. Texas Flood Heroes, remembering the lives lost in the devastating floods. 2. Texas Flood Disaster, over 80 dead, search continues, live updates. 1. Texas Flood Heroes, remembering the lives lost in the devastating floods. In a heartbreaking turn of events, the historic flash floods that ravaged central Texas over the holiday weekend claimed the lives of young campers at Camp Mystic and a father who heroically tried to save his family. Let's delve into the stories of these individuals and the impact they had on their communities. Chloe Childress, a counselor at Camp Mystic, was a beacon of joy, grace, and faith. She was set to attend the University of Texas at Austin in the fall and was known for her ability to make people feel seen and valued. Her empathy and resilience left a lasting impact on those around her. Jane Ragsdale, the director of the Heart O' the Hills Camp for Girls, was a strong and joyful woman who embodied the spirit of the camp. Her loss has left the camp community in deep mourning. Julian Ryan, a 27-year-old father, lost his life while trying to save his family from their trailer home in Ingram. His sister, Connie Salas, shared the harrowing details of their escape attempt, highlighting his heroism and selflessness. Katheryn Eads, a loving wife, mother, and grandmother, was a dedicated psychologist and professor who spent her life helping children. She was camping with her husband when they got separated in the floodwaters. Hanna and Rebecca Lawrence, 8-year-old twin sisters from Dallas, were also among the victims. Their 14-year-old sister, Harper, survived the flooding. Their grandfather, David Lawrence Jr., shared the immense joy the girls brought to their family. Dick Eastland, the longtime director of Camp Mystic, died trying to save his campus. His grandson, George Eastland, paid tribute to him as a hero and a mentor to thousands of young women. Sarah Marsh, an 8-year-old camper at Camp Mystic, was remembered by her community for her unimaginable loss. Janie Hunt, a 9-year-old victim, was also mourned by her family and community. Blair and Brooke Harber, sisters who were staying with their family near the Guadalupe River, were in the loft of their cabin with their rosaries when the flooding began. Their bodies were found together the next day. Reece and Paula Zunker, a soccer coach and teacher in Kerrville, Texas, and his wife, both died in the flooding. Their children were reported missing. Jeff Wilson, a high school teacher of 3 decades in Humble, Texas, also lost his life in the floods, and his wife and son were reported missing. These stories serve as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of natural disasters. As we remember these individuals and their families, let's also reflect on the importance of community and the power of human resilience in the face of tragedy. 2. Texas Flood Disaster, over 80 dead, search continues, live updates. Devastation in Texas, over 80 lives lost in catastrophic floods, leaving a trail of grief and questions. As the death toll continues to rise in one of the deadliest floods in U.S. history, the people of Texas are left grappling with the unimaginable tragedy that has ravaged their communities. The recent deluge in central Texas, which began on July 4, has claimed at least 88 lives, with hundreds more affected by the disaster. A summer camp's worst nightmare, Camp Mystic mourns the loss of 27 campers and counselors. Camp Mystic, an all-girls Christian summer camp in the heart of the Hill Country, has been hit particularly hard. The camp confirmed on Monday that at least 27 campers and counselors had perished in the flood, leaving the community in a state of shock and grief. The victims included girls as young as 8, as well as counselors and the camp's director, Dick Eastland, who was swept away while trying to rescue children from the rising floodwaters. Rescue efforts continue amid fears of further flooding. As rescue crews work tirelessly to locate the missing, including 10 girls and a counselor from Camp Mystic, the threat of additional flooding looms large. The National Weather Service has cautioned that any storms moving across the extremely vulnerable region will rapidly cause flash flooding. With the window for finding survivors alive rapidly closing, the search efforts have become increasingly desperate. A warning system rejected. Could lives have been saved? In the aftermath of the tragedy, questions are being raised about the adequacy of warning systems in the flood-prone area. Officials in Kerr County had discussed installing a flood warning system along the Guadalupe River as far back as 2017 but ultimately rejected the plan due to its high cost. Could this decision have contributed to the devastating loss of life? How you can help? As the people of Texas begin the long and arduous process of recovery, officials and aid groups are urging the public to donate money and resources to support the relief efforts. Here are some organizations accepting donations. * The Center Point Volunteer Fire Department, Venmo at CPVFDTX. * The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country, Kerr County Flood Relief Fund. * The Salvation Army's Kerrville Croc Center, accepting non-perishables, hygiene items, and more. * TexSAR, volunteer-based search and rescue organization. * World Central Kitchen, deployed to provide food and water to emergency responders. * Austin Pets Alive, accepting monetary donations and pet supplies for displaced animals. But here's where it gets controversial. As the investigation into the floods continues, Senator Chuck Schumer has called for an inquiry into whether cuts and staffing shortages at the National Weather Service contributed to the large death toll. Do you think this is a valid line of inquiry, or is it merely a case of scapegoating? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The road to recovery, a long and difficult journey. As the people of Texas come to terms with the devastation, one thing is clear: the road to recovery will be long and challenging. With your support and generosity, however, we can help alleviate the suffering and rebuild the affected communities. Retention hooks *. What do you think could have been done to prevent such a catastrophic loss of life? Should rural counties prioritize the installation of flood warning systems, despite the high costs? How can we better support the affected communities in the aftermath of this tragedy? Controversy and comment hooks *. Do you agree with Senator Schumer's call for an investigation into the National Weather Service's role in the floods? Should the focus be on assigning blame, or on providing aid and support to those affected? What lessons can be learned from this tragedy, and how can we apply them to prevent similar disasters in the future?